Hello, hello. This is Martin Q, and this is me checking out the Rogue Voltage demo. I tried this out during the Steam Next Fest, and like many other ones, I kind of fell behind with real life and all that, but the demo is still available. It's just the Steam is not advertising with the UI and all that for scrolling through the demos quite so easily and openly. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if they changed anything in the weeks since I last played it, but it was really interesting in its circuitry focused style. Yeah, roguelike, and then this circuitry system. Um, Turn-based, pixelized artwork, and well, yeah, probably best to just show it with the tutorial. So the year is 3000 and something. The world. Well, let's say it's gotten pretty much destroyed. The few survivors of the gravistrophe live in scattered campsites off gravitonic energy spikes. Yep. So, essentially, post-apocalyptic, it's got this gravity-themed disaster, which gives it this turn-based nature with how it manipulates energy and time flow, and so that pretty naturally lends itself to this sort of initiative system. So, yeah, our story begins on a day like any other. Slobber Johnson. Fantastic name, by the way. It reminds me of, well, what a lot of content creators would name their custom characters. Just whatever wacky thing. Anybody with customization options, whether it be the name, whether it be the visuals, like Street Fighter 6, create a character or whatever. So, yeah. Bodie McBoatface. A post-apocalyptic parcel carrier, no relation to Kojima Death Stranding, is looking for modules to bring back to his camp. So, you've got that, and you just click along nodes, pretty standard, event progression. There are branches and whatnot. So, the modular rack. Your actions are constructed from modules that you wire together. Some generate energy, some amplify or store it, and others turn it into effects. Got it. Wiring. Connect modules by dragging cables between input and output jacks of matching colors. So, yep, I took one electrical engineering class in university, and I'm 95% sure this is far more educational. So no, it's this color-coded wiring system. So yep, and then you can use a little bit of flavor text. This guy is kind of like the poster child for the game. I believe they have this as the toolbar icon for the game. So, yeah. And just, roguelike enemies, turn-based. So you generate energy. It affects... I think it affects your initiative? Or maybe that's later, past the tutorial, but... Yeah, you're finding little modules and you're connecting them. Slot A, or plug A goes to slot A, and rather here in colors, red to red, green to green, and it expands upon that. The backpack, here you can store modules and exchange them between characters. There's a healing potion +1 in it, but you can't use it just yet since its input jack is green. Got it. People are going to be sad about the little doggy whine. So, yep, there you go. And, Soul Sensor generates 1 energy whenever a combatant dies. And it dissipates at the end of the turn. You can connect it when you want to. And the timeline, here we go. Now, it's Slobber Johnson's turn. Afterwards, time will tick forward, and in 5 time steps, it'll be the Chrono Cat's turn. Again, people are going to feel bad because people love their freaking cats and dogs. So, see that highlighted circle in 7 steps? Very small, I don't know, tutorial UI design. Again, you want to believe people are intelligent, and yet, just like, see the circle highlighted 7 steps in front of where you currently are. Sometimes there'd be like a ping, ping, or some circle coming out from there, or flashing color, or something like that. But you would be surprised at what confuses people. It sucks. It sucks that you have to assume people are dumber. I know, and then of course, being distracted. If I were live streaming this with chat and stuff like that, I would be far more distracted. So yeah, that's where Slopper Johnson's next turn will be. After that, in 8 steps, it'll be the Fox's turn. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention that not too much in the way of settings. Again, it's a demo. It might be an early build. It's an early build, and just like in the Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles game, an issue I'm seeing is that there is no windowed mode. There is a mode where you toggle full screen on and off, but it maintains the same resolution. So all it did was take this window and just set it to where you could see the bar at the top and move the window around, but the size is the same. You can't. When I moved my mouse to the edges, I didn't get that option for the little arrow to resize it or anything. So if I were trying to stream and have this in one section of my monitor and see the browser or Twitch chat or something off to the side, I would not be able to do that. So again, I don't know what their eventual plans are, but that is another small issue. So yeah, Chronocat pushes your initiative. So you would act before the Fox, and you would attack now and attack then, and take out its 2 HP if this thing did not exist, to teach you a mechanic. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Yep, gravity charge. Turns can be moved backward or forward in time by applying gravity charge plus or gravity charge minus to a combatant. A delay or pushes them push back, pull forward. Order of turns, that Chronocat has just applied +2 to Slopper Johnson, pushing his turn behind that of the Fox. Gets his hit. Triggering sensors. Triggered! Your new soul sensor generates energy whenever an enemy dies. If you have the healing potion connected to the soul sensor as you finish off your enemy, it will receive energy to help you to heal you. Sensor modules cannot store energy. Use it in the same turn or it will dissipate. Well, that oh right, and it's occurring to me now as I hear the droning in my ears. So when I played this last, and it doesn't seem to have changed now, there are soundtracks. There might be more per area, but in any case, this that you're hearing right now, that is the music. It's literally called that in the settings, as I recall. The slider for music, it would stop this doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo in the background when I moved the slider down all the way. So I'm not opposed to this. It's just that this is very much like it's a very ambient track, and some people like more active tracks more than others. To others, this could just be like noise, white noise. And after playing for for an hour or two or something, maybe that's the developer's intent for building atmosphere, but it can get to a point where you might want to mute it and play your own thing. But as appropriate as it is, it's and as much as I don't want to stop people from like, oh well, it's an art form and it is a sort of music and stuff like that, it is undeniably not as pleasant as some other standard things. But hey, good on them to break the mold. But just something to keep an eye out for, or an ear out for, if you're going to be playing this for an extended period of time. Because yeah, it was starting to get to me when I first played this. So yeah, the window resizing and the audio, everything else, mechanics and this gaining modules after the tutorial, pretty cool. So yep, heal +1. It sends 1 energy, and it gets +1 to 2 health recovery. So put him back to full. 5 out of 5. Module properties. The +1 on the healing potion means it adds +1 energy to the incoming current, healing you by 2 points. Oh, right. The tutorial's gonna say it. Cracked means it will become destroyed after activation. I shouldn't be over-explaining everything from my previous experience with a game if it is just going to... if I'm still playing the tutorial. So yep, and then this is a simultaneous turn, although they give priority to players. So this is not a you hit him and he hits you at the same time. Loot. Drag the loot module into your rack. So here is one of the more nefarious things while playing this game. Plasma converter. Effector module. Converts energy into valuable plasma. So, yep, this is quite the, this is the developer giving players the tools to ruin themselves, because you want to optimize damage output, sending energy for effects, and maintaining your character's strengths, but there's also the greedy part, which is, I could just convert into money, you know, this is essentially the currency of the game, that you can spend, like, after your runs on little camp upgrades, and then there are also little shops you'll find here and there. Yeah, so you'll be, you know, tempted to plug whenever. I think this thing has a cooldown of every other turn on the character who holds it, and, but yes, you'll be tempted, like, oh, I could heal something, or I could gain money. You'll hold off. A plasma converter with a universal input jack. What an amazing find. So here we go with the other half. Brotherly reunion. Brotherweight Slopper Jackson. It's a, you know, last name, first name sort of thing. Shared name comes first. So, John Jackson and Jack Johnson. Brotherweight, you forgot your blade module +1. Remember how you said it's your most important weapon? Switch over to my rack and drag it into, typo there on R, into our shared backpack. Then drag it over into your own rack. Let's get rid of those monsters together. So, yep, here goes the, buddy system. Where, as far as I could see, the game is made to have a two-member party at all times, and you're basically you're kind of like you're playing as the twins from Invincible. The twins are like that one scene where the twins are tossing equipment back and forth and modifying it, helping each other out in a battle. But yeah, so you aside from the ones that are specific to a character loadout, you can see the lock symbol there, but most other things you'll find yourself occasionally tossing things back and forth, especially something like the plasma converter. If you see that, oh, somebody's gonna get a kill this turn and they have such and such energy available, like, I might as well get some money out of this. And so yeah, this one is dealing the damage to everyone on the same time step, deals extra damage for each energy put in. Personally, I found it got a little difficult to use because it's almost forcing you to take a... you need more gravity manipulation modules before this really takes off. Because I think you only have this guy. Yeah. Gravity charge plus 1. So you're sending 1 energy in, and it slows down an enemy by 2. So the situations where you slow an enemy down so that it matches up with Slopper Johnson and the blade. Although if this doesn't lock to him, I'm not sure if it's just for the tutorial. I think this used to be locked to him. Maybe, I guess it's just the randomness of the generators that you need a way to get red energy on Slopper Jackson before, but yeah, it was very difficult for me to use this until I got the right modules. So I mean, so see, even now, like, In the back while I'm delivering all that, as soon as I hit the next event, it went back to droning in the background. It took me out of it for a second. I just, back onto showcasing the game, but yeah, I've only been listening to it a handful of minutes for this video, and it's already one of those like, what was I thinking about? So, the Blade module, Align Turns. Your new Blade module +1 does not shoot targets, but instead hits all enemies on the same time step as its owner. The enemy's turns are currently aligned with that of Slopper Johnson. Very convenient. I always love those tutorials where it's something that is much more specific and difficult has to be set up in such a way. Especially like card games, right? There are some card games where like, oh yeah, look at this cool interaction and synergy. It's like, well, you drew everything in the proper order. How difficult is that in a normal game? It's like, oh yeah, that'll almost never happen. But yeah, it's fine. Tutorial. Currently aligned. Use the Blade module +1 to deal serious damage. Attack the weak spot for massive damage. Wire up the Blade module. Yep. Got it. Run the voltage. You will get a kill. They just buffed the fox. All that money! Locked to rack until end of turn. Obviously to stop you from tossing it to the other character, getting multiple kills, multiple money per turn, and growing too rapidly. Aligning turns. Remember how the Chrono Cat delayed a turn with Gravity Charge Plus? Slopper Jackson can do the same with his Decelerator +1 module. Now he should push his brother's turn back, so it will be aligned with the enemies, and he can use the Blade module again. So yeah, pretty cool initiative systems here. And also, yeah, Slopper Jackson, the support, making potions with a factory +1. So yeah, the odd times where like, why would I want to slow my character down? It's like for some specific situations like this. And then I forget what they go over in the tutorial, but yeah, there are events and things that will happen along this timeline that you'll want to avoid as well, so there are things you can do with it. The battle rating. The earlier you end the battle, the better your loot will be. The rating bar shows how much time you have left per rating. Always aim for the best possible rating to receive more durable and valuable modules as loot. If you can't manage to end the fight in time, a storm is gathering, and the battle will take a dangerous turn. So yeah, a lot of turn-based games and a lot of roguelike, more risky games will have this sort of limiter mechanic. A lot of roguelikes will have like hunger or some other thing that means you just can't stay somewhere forever. I think a big one for me with like end the fight early, because I just talked about how this character has a nearly infinite potion creator in his backpack. It's like, oh, well, that means that once I get everything down to the last enemy, I delay, make a bunch of potions, and heal up faster than it can deal damage. It's like, well, you do want better loot. And then, yeah, you have to watch out on where the storm events take place. So, your overall greed for, like, a better module, depending on how quickly you end, is a good way of getting the player to just, like, let's just get this over with. So I think this is a good version. Darkest Dungeons is fine with, enemies called for reinforcements, so you have to fight worse enemies, or your guys stress out because they know that you're dawdling, playing around with it. But yeah, it's the same old ludonarrative dissonance about like, oh, you have magical healing and somebody's about to die, why wouldn't you just top off outside of battle? It's just, yeah, that's not how it works mechanically. So yeah, just end it again. Money. All right. More loot. Right. Blaster module, and it seems to work just fine. Jackson, I think it's finally time that you have a weapon of your own. Yep. Blue energy, so you can either attack for 1 or make a potion when this is off cooldown. Yeah, I think it's just their art, but I think there were times when I was learning the system and just looking at the racks at a glance that you'll get a little confused by a large portion of the module's art being this, oh, look, it's red because it's a weapon. But then you'll think, oh no, it's red as a weapon, but it requires blue energy. So, yeah, don't trust that. Meanwhile, something here, which is like, yeah, like a status effect or something, it's like, oh, well, it's blue, and then it requires green energy, and then this one is, well, I guess this is colorless. Yeah, universal. But it requires blue. So it's a thing where you can get a little confused sometimes. It's like, oh, this is red, and yeah. Then the ones that are, you know, white, you can use it with whatever. Alright, tutorial mini-boss. The strong gravio activity in these swamps must come from this scary giant mushroom. If we stick to what we have learned, we can defeat it. Got it. Hint, hint. Alright. So I forget which things carry over from your tutorial run into the main run, but it might not really matter, so I'll probably just hit the boss room here. On its turn, it might slow everybody else down and speed itself up, or, yeah, remove the slowdown to inflict damage. We currently have no slowdown, so that'll be fine. So yeah, probably just go all offense here. So yep, do things in the right order here. Accelerator. And blast. So anyways, I started blasting. Yep. So I think... so yeah, something I didn't really tell you in the tutorial is that using the generator slows your character down. So this is creating 1 energy on both jacks. So if you see Slopper Jackson here, his next turn is in +6. But as soon as I click this and start dragging it, you see it becomes +8. So it's one time unit per energy output. And yeah, there were times where I was looking at I was trying to recalculate and rewire things, and I was wondering why things were happening in a slightly different order. It's because I didn't look at the preview while I was looking over on the left here, but I think eventually there's a tooltip about it, like or there's like a loading screen tip or something. Like sometimes you might just not act, and you know, in a turn-based game that seems like, oh well, I've effectively stunned myself, but yeah, there are hyper-specific situations. Okay, and then this is a gravity equilibrium event. Permanent storm that circles the surface of the Earth. It levels local imbalances of gravity charge. So yeah, anything that's slowed loses half of that slow effect, and then anybody who's sped up receive damage. So it is actually quite painful to speed yourself up, and I could see why they would implement this. I'm sure players would love to speed their characters up, take an earlier turn, try to take out enemies before they have a chance to act. The temptation is strong, and that could easily spiral out of control. So they've made it where, like, yeah, do that if you end up saving damage by taking out an enemy's strong move, and your gravity spike is, you know, less than the damage you would have taken anyways. Or if an enemy is about to die when you hit this, and they're still going to act afterwards, but you know it's going to trigger the gravity spike, then I could see, yeah, you speeding an enemy up just so it dies. That's an interesting little twist on some of the turn-based tactics. I haven't played enough like Final Fantasy and stuff like that, and a lot of RPGs with like, here's a haste mechanic. It's turn-based, but this calculation is based on speed, a stat or something, and it's just the the inclusion of something like a haste spell, or the person who cast haste cast it on themselves, and they cast haste on everybody else at double speed now, and then until the entire party is hasted, and you do that every single fight. That optimization kind of removes any kind of diversity in your turns when it is so overpowering. So yeah, I can see it being interesting here, where it's like, yeah, I don't want to take that damage, and I'm gonna defeat them well within the gold ranking. Within the gold loot ranking. So, why worry about it just yet? But yeah, this is of course the tutorial. Eventually, I did find there were a number of encounters where, without more optimized, weapon sets, I think it must be really, really hard to get weapons, because almost every drop is different effects, and a few modifiers for energy currents. So you'll reach a point where, oh, this enemy's just too tanky, and there's not enough weapons to go around, and they're of course not aligning outside of the tutorial with the blade, and you're just gonna have to settle for the next tier down loot. Gravity equilibrium, so yeah, there I go again over explaining. Yep, it's that, flattens out the imbalances, same thing. So yeah, it modifies that in real time, because it sped itself up. You spin! Thunderstruck! So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Even within the tutorial, it's just like, you inflict them with +1. You can't choose to inflict them with less. It's going to be +2, so it would give it still, you'll beat them without taking damage. But obviously, if this was a situation where it needed to land on this, I have no way to just pull Slopper Johnson forward 1 so that the blade is aligned. The best you can do is have him act afterwards, and you're gonna lose the extra damage. So just a blast. Right, blast, and more money. We've got to have more money. Alright, made it to camp. Back in camp, you can heal yourself for plasma, or restore buildings to discover special modules. So this takes a very similar ideology to something like FTL, where part of the problem is rationing out your oxygen and rationing out your scrap repairs at shops and whatnot. It's just like, yes, obviously, get yourself off of instant death in your next fight, but for the most part, any money that you spend healing instead of buying improvements means that you're less equipped for future encounters, which will lead you to taking far more damage than you might have healed up. And if you have plenty of potions still, and you just need to swap turns around for generating energy. And of course, early on, you'll want to grab extra modules so that you don't have to choose between gaining more currency or healing a character. So yep, campfire, the foundation of every camp. So yep, loot, drag the module of your choice into your rack. And here you see some crust. So yep, you get this, and it will add energy to a current. Crust means it is effectively inactive that first time you use it. The first time I played this, I was a little confused because I assumed that this was its natural state. So I thought this would be like per encounter, this thing starts off crusted. The first time you use it, breaks the crust, and then it becomes useful. And I thought, wow, this is like a terrible drop. That it's you need to fix this every fight. Like, no, this is a one-time thing, and then it maintains its status. So this will become a normal amplifier after your first usage of it. Prevents its activation. I guess that the current might still go through it. But yeah, this is effectively a damage up. Oh, see, so yeah, that was just for the tutorial to allow you to swap from Jackson to Johnson for, flavor. Brother, I brought you this. Like, no, it is locked now. So yeah, converting green into red would currently only be useful for Johnson here. On a kill, it would create... on a kill, it would give you 1 energy here. It runs into here. After you break the crust, it will then add 1, turn it into red, and you could run it into something else here. That could be really cool. And obviously, the greedy part of me is saying, but then I won't be able to connect it to money. Man, it was so mean of the developer. They know what the player wants to do. And then, yeah, storing energy between turns and battles. Pretty cool. Allowing you for a bigger turn. And generates energy whenever a character is healed. And there are extra modifiers, some things that happen only once per fight. Once per battle. So now that I know better about the crust, I might do this. And, yeah, it'll just be painful fixing this for the first time. But you could also do this, yeah, on Jackson. The greedy part of me. Maybe it's okay. For the times I don't need to decelerate or create a potion or attack, he can just do that, and then... Well, in any case, I can... This is something you can toss between the characters. And, so yeah, this... is, and since, like I said, there are so few weapons, something adding energy is effectively damage up. And, you want that quickly so that you can end fights, right, and it starts paying for itself. Doing more damage, ends fights sooner, your loot becomes better, which makes you stronger, so you can end fights faster, get stronger loot. It's just a positive feedback loop of trying to maintain that, golden fight rating. Okay, plasma, restore buildings. Alright. Start adventure. Okay, so yeah, reset plasma. Stage 1. So yeah, the demo is these two. We might take through one boss. Obviously, the demo is still available, and I was mostly concerned with showcasing some of the basics of the game, and then just, getting a feel for, this is gonna be like 5 fights, 2, 3, 4, 5, the boss. The sewers. After the initial gravity wave, many survivors set up camp in the sewers, only to discover that also here, the time distortions had taken effect. Some sections of concrete had aged 1,000 years in a second, became brittle and crumbled. Others became creamy, like on the day they were poured. Timey-wimey stuff. Oh yeah, and then there's so yeah, this is what I was saying with the tips on the screen here. You could learn a few things outside of the tutorial. And so yeah, there's a mechanic. Pick your favorite module on a game over. All right, here we go. Time bomb module I have to activate. Get rid of it or else it explodes. Okay. And so now we see when things are like outside of the tutorial, like, oh boy, I can't wait to use that blade module to, oh, there's nothing here that'll align on 2. Oh wait, no, this is before you use your energy, right? So now, well, no, that'll be their next turn. Things might align differently. All right, so you're going, So currently, oh, yeah, so from the tutorial, I still have the amplifier. I just lost a bunch of that extra plasma. Yeah, I think I was up to 9. I spent it to get to 6, and then I saw it drop to 2, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so he has to keep the on kill. The blade module got turned into green. Okay. Yeah, this is the pseudo randomness of the runs, I think. Becomes green, and this becomes red, which yeah, that's not quite as useful here. Okay. Well, it's just going to go. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to prevent each of them from having one turn. I almost... Okay, so yeah. See, this is a weird thing where you have to start your run, you have to wire things up so you have a better idea of what's actually going to happen. So it's gonna line up the gnat perfectly. So what I'm actually gonna do is just shoot the bomb thrower, shoot and slow the bomb thrower. Although it's so far ahead, I think, do I even need to slow it? So I might as well break the crust. Yay! Alright, and... Yep. Oh, wait, Right, and then this is where... Wire this up for the kill. I think that's as optimized as I can do this. I mean, yeah, until I get... I don't even have another thing that requires red that isn't locked to a character. Without some sort of weird... Okay, there is a bit of a daisy chain thing I could do here where... yeah. I could wire something red to green, then green to green, then activate this once per encounter for the +1. So... It seems a little convoluted, but I mean, that is a net gain of damage or effect or whatever. So then, yeah, that, and I could make it a 2 damage shot, or, of course, if you're greedy, make this generate money if you know the other character is able to win the fight. But anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to ponder, like, what the heck am I going to use that module from the tutorial for? So yeah. Oh, we gotta get that kill. Oh, wait! Right. Is this the... Yeah, this is the green. So... Because it's, yeah, red, and then it becomes universal. Look at it go! 4! Haha! Okay. And it's back on here, but unfortunately, it's on cooldown. Yep, shock. Can't be activated this turn. I think that didn't say anything before, right? So it's just something you have to test out. That there are only some things that are only activated once per every other round, or does it? So this one says it receives shock. I don't know. It might be... I'm remembering and assuming things from the tutorial. Alright, well. It's aligned perfectly. Gotta do this, to this. And... yeah, not really a way I can... yeah, without losing the better loot, you're not getting any extra money off of this one. That's okay. Kill the bloatfly. Alright. There it is. Golden loot, the crown. Drag a module of your choice into your rack. So, this positive feedback loop is, hopefully it's not too bad. I think I made it to I beat the second area when I played the game during the Steam Next Fest. And that was the run where I had numerous fights where I stopped in I think it's gold, then a silver crown. So, I mean, the silver loot was still pretty okay, and even the, the copper red kind of bad loot is serviceable. But this is an example of a positive feedback loop where if you're doing well, and if you're using the systems right, you will have better loot so that you end fights even faster, and that'll just accelerate. And of course, if you're having trouble with getting the right modules, then you're going to continue getting modules that are not quite as good as they could be, and that will be a little frustrating. Obviously, I don't know the loot tables. It could be a situation where the loot isn't that different, and it's more that the loot doesn't start with crust as often or something, and maybe it is actually the same. So if anything, maybe it's only costing you a turn or something. But in any case, you really need this accelerator for what I was just saying with, like, oh, another turn where the blade doesn't line up. So having a way to both add slow targets down or speed them up is pretty big. And if you're doing this to your own party, it's not even about taking the gravity spike damage, because there are enough times where you're going to be slowed down that you could... I think this just cancels out. I'm not sure if it's tracking both of them at the same time. I don't recall from the weeks ago. But yeah, in any case, more options to line enemies up is pretty huge, and it is a little bit of a shame that you don't start with it, but I also understand maybe giving the player too many tools from the very beginning. It's just a difficult thing where if it's so important to the experience and it's such a standard thing, like you get one that's fast and one, something to speed up and something to slow down. It's like, no, you only get half of the equation, and then that is a bit of a shame. Huh. Okay, so it does say that. I don't know. I must have had a brain fart. So yeah, it does properly say that. And then a second soul sensor for purple. So obviously there's a greedy side of me that says, like, oh, I could have this simultaneous for potion generation to keep everybody topped up. Of course, the problem with that is that it is very passive, and that what I was just saying, if you're spending your energy on just healing and maintaining, you're going to keep extending fights, and that's bad for your loot. But yeah. So so you don't want to rely on that too much. Yeah, charging, discharging, and any energy is adding 1. That's pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, just add 1 and it stores up to 2, so just send 1 in and it's good. But no, sadly, this is too essential. And it's red. So, which makes this maybe an awkward thing that I should have considered. Because that means Slopper Johnson has to use this unless I toss the amplifier over to Slopper Jackson. He really gets this, support role handed to him. So this is so because this is just an accelerator, it's not an accelerator plus 1. This thing will only pull the target forward 1 spot, unless I'm using this. But I can only do this once per battle, which makes this pretty risky. Yeah, both of these are only once per battle. And so the standard character... Well, no, yeah, after that one turn, it's not going to matter if I hand it back to Slopper Johnson. In any case, it's still nice to have this for those rare cases where you just need one difference in speed to line up the axe. So, more encounters here, but... and there's a shop in the middle, but... I'll take the random event. Shorten things. Oh, very nice of them to have us start with a gnat. Okay. So, yep. On kill, and then... I think that's fine. Yeah, because Jackson's just going to slow the gnat down for another 2, and it'll line up again. And they're already wired up, so we're seeing what their initiative will be after generation. So this should be fine. Unkill. Actually, the greedy part of me is thinking I should use the +1, because I'm gonna just use the axe for 2 damage. I don't need anything added. No, but I need the red-green converter in order to, yeah, run it from here to here to here to here. Shoot. And it'll be locked to him, but this will no longer be activatable. Darn it. This is me optimizing to come out of this with +1 money, but I don't really need to worry about it. I don't need to optimize it that much. Remove all fun. Because I have to use the green to slow it down to get it to line up. Otherwise, we're taking damage. Oh, but that slowdown... That slowdown means that it'll be in the blue and not gold. So actually, I want to pull Johnson ahead, take the hit, and yeah, just use the blaster. Alright. So this is a little wacky. Yeah, so this will accelerate Johnson by 2, so that he can then do the same thing. Yeah, this is just for better loot. Okay. Less money, better loot. That's okay. Greed for greed. So... Well, if he's gonna get the kill anyways... Might as well just make a potion for future use. Got a potion, shocked, and accelerate 2. Yep. I mean, the other modules were interesting. It's just the difference in a speed-up mechanic. And I don't even have to face the consequences for this until the gravity equilibrium. And yeah, by the time that hits, you've delayed the fight so much. It takes several turns for that to become apparent during something like a boss fight. But, yeah, it's, I don't know, I'm not gonna backseat game developer. It's just that there are 2 halves to a equation here. This is like a criticism I almost have for Battle Brothers, which I love, but having your characters start with almost no tactical options for like disengaging and stuff like that, it seems like it's so important for you know, managing soldiers on a hex tile stuff. So you know, seeing the same thing here with acceleration and deceleration. You know, it just kind of sticks in my mind, but again, it's almost like a non-choice as soon as you see your first acceleration module. but you're picking it out of 3 cool things. But it's fine. I'm not gonna go on about that forever. But yeah, no extra money there. And oh well. Speaking of, more energy. You get 1 at the end of combat. Stores up to 2. You can't store it from... Could you... I don't suppose that would get charged from other sources? I don't want to... Well, I can't use that. I don't want to... Yeah, just to test it, like running from here to there. That might only... It's like whether or not that, that was only out... Yeah, that's only output. Yes. There are a few where... No, that says output. Oh, right, no, I'm an idiot, because there's an input on the bottom. Wow. But yeah, the icon may look similar, but you have to read it. That the top red is output, bottom green is input, and this one has only the output. So yeah, this would just sit in your inventory gathering energy, except for those few turns where you just need 1 more. So do I want another accelerator that can now be... Ugh. So that when this one burns out, one or the other burns out, and this one could be activated directly from his generator. I don't have to worry about the wacky throughput modules. So yeah, same thing, just adds it adds that number. Green input, you're gonna do this once. And then it holds the 2 to the red. Interesting. I'm looking at like it's like a chain you could start here of green to green, and then red into this, back to green, back to the decelerator, and I could massively slow a unit down or something. Yeah, it'd be nice to find something that has a blue connector like this, so that I could add up his damage. But it's probably just... I don't know, maybe I'm falling into the exact trap that the developer has, that they're trying to balance against with the gravity spikes and stuff like that. Like, it's just using this one and being able to get the axe attack off again when I was finding it so difficult in my other runs. Just like, oh, well, now I want a different color in case I'm not able to get red, or it's already gone. Yeah, just have a second one. Speed up again. I'm pretty sure that's a shop. I kind of want to save it just to showcase more stuff at the end here, but... Well, maybe that's okay. Yeah. Because I'm not going for the full run. You happen on a module vending machine. So... Purchase a temporary... Oh, wait, no. Alright, so this is a weird one where, yeah, this is not cracked. So you get this once per battle, and that's less turns you have to worry about spending it on, yeah, creating more consumables. About 5, so... There's nothing... Oh, wait, you're right. I could sell if I needed to make a bit more. Yeah, so you can't sell your core kit, but some of the extras here. You automatically get 1. For red... Probably want that for this. This would allow me to have an extra combat turn with him. Ooh, there's the green to blue. So yeah, this is what I was talking about with something connecting to blue. So you get extra energy. Hmm. Or wait, no, right. No, that was the other module. That was a plus damage to green, I think? And of course another accelerator. I got one for every color. Or green, yeah, green, blue, and red. So powerful. Hmm. Well... Generates energy when you use storage. Well, unfortunately, I have no storage, so that's not useful. I might just spend it all here, yeah. There you go. Unfortunately, yeah, not charged yet. Be the next encounter, and then it'll be ready for the boss fight. So yeah, silly as it is, just let me try it. Having one accelerator of each color. So this guy has, yeah, several ways to activate it. Cool. Green to confirm. You discover a charging station. Only accepts storage modules. Charges a storage module with 2 energy. Well. Fortunately... Yeah, it'll have to be this one. I don't have any others. Right. Woohoo! Okay, so never mind. So it is ready now. Immediately usable. Of course, in a longer run, I mean, it's the random events, but it would be nice to gain more equipment. Just roll the dice on the golden loot, if you can. Oh, geez. A little too quick here. Alright. I might be able to decelerate something big enough to line up right on at the end of the golden time there. Yeah, that would be a use of the +1, but they only have 2 health. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. So I'll shoot the one. Jackson shoots the other, and that's 2 damage. And of course, if you're greedy, like I am, you could always use up the energy to charge for money. But I don't think I'm gonna need more energy than this, so I might as well get this off cooldown. Or it's locked to characters. But okay. Plus, am I not able to get it back to the green? Oh wait, yep. Oh no, wait. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to... I think, is that module going to stick around between fights, or will it... I guess it'll be educational. But yeah, I don't think my +1s are gonna work here. Yeah, that was reliant on being able to convert it. Darn. I guess I could just take the hit and should be able to heal, but no, it's fine. It's fine. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna be able to line up the not gonna be able to line up the axe, which means it's gonna take another 2 shots. Unless... No, I need to... Need to deal 2 damage. Yeah, because the most I can do is speed a character up by 2. I can't just... Okay, wait a sec. Right, now I see how I'm supposed to do this. I do nothing this turn with Slopper Johnson, so he goes up 1. Yep. Oh man, I wonder how many people who played the demo and knew that was going to be the answer to do an AoE by just speeding up to here. How many of them were going to be saying what the proper solution was? So I think I'm not going to be disappointing them. So yeah, you do nothing. He accelerates you by 2. Yeah, with this. See, this is what the upside of having one of every color. Oh, wait! Fragile. Oh, okay, never mind. Interesting. Oh, it only... Huh. It only shows the lower right icon on Fragile after you've wired it up. It takes away the icon when it's just sitting there. So yeah, that's why for a second I was going, oh my gosh, I got lucky on the loot rolls and this one isn't Fragile. I can use it multiple times. No, you can't. It's a UI thing. I kind of would like to know, but I also get there's a lot of, you know, potentially like 3 effects. Or potentially more, yeah, shock and I don't know. It's okay. But yeah, that might trip somebody up. So yeah. He's gonna accelerate his brother by 2. He's gonna land right there, and it'll be perfect. Jeez. Do I just make more potions then? Because yeah, that's just gonna be overkill if I use the blaster. So I'll create a potion. This is gonna end the fight, so yeah, might as well charge up the money maker, and that'll do. Or should I... Okay, and I should keep it on him so that this will be ready to use with the kill. So yeah, this doesn't count as him using a generator because it was already stored. Cool. Alright, make a potion, speed your brother up with a +1. Look at that. Plenty of time within golden loot. Wired up. And that's empty, so that's ready to go again. Generates 1 when a combatant dies. So yeah, will that give me 2? I don't think I did a lot of multi-kills. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yay, end of a fight. That charges up. Cool. Oh, wow. Interesting. Maintain the same color. You have to use this every other turn, and it slows you down by 2. But for 1 big hit, like... this directly lines up with a blade module. Yeah, just directly and through this path. And you're hitting for 4, which is insane. And with all the acceleration and deceleration options I have, that might be the way to go. Apply his shield. I don't think I used that much at all. Once per battle. And then, whenever a character is healed. I haven't really been healing. See, this is... my first run was much more defensive because I saw, oh cool, this guy just creates these and I can take my time, and then of course I saw that, oh no, you get punished for drawing the fights out with worse loot. So you don't really want to rely on healing energy. That kind of means that you're already on the defensive with recovery and stuff like that, versus here where like I'm not taking damage because I'm killing them as fast as possible before they can hit me. So yeah, this is probably the way to go. This is gonna hurt more in a boss fight when it's got enough health that you are going to have to take multiple hits. Still, crazy. So here we go. Alright. The boss crocodile. Brute force. Yep. Damages everybody, and one of each of their modules will get gravity recoil. Yeah. Using it sets you back 2. Okay. Ugh. And if whenever he does this, he gets slowed down by 1. Alright. So, yeah, slow down. Take out the gravity pylon. Because... Okay, so some of these... I mean, there was already the one typo, and I'm not sure... I didn't really check about the developers, whether... Let me see. I'm not going to pull up the whole Steam page, but... Sometimes... You can usually tell if the developer has multiple languages. Sometimes it lists the primary one. Let me see. It's horizontal computer graphic. So yeah, it may very well be... Where are they from? Because this might be a English second language thing, with the description, the tooltips of the module there. Yeah, okay, they're founded in Germany. That, I mean, that explains some. So, okay. Gravity pylon, so, yeah, it feels its might whenever the turn order is changed. So I think that might be if it detects any turn order change. Or it might just be its own. And then, it removes, slow down, it puts it on someone else, so helping its friends whenever it can. And then any might that it gains from there becomes damage. But, yeah, 2 health, kill that as soon as possible. So this might be another situation where, you get money, and then, yeah, I think I should be able to slow down the crocodile by 2, and then speed up... Uh-oh. No, that's not gonna work. I don't have anything that would line up everyone. Jeez. So I could bring him forward 2, and then he'll simultaneously strike the gravity pylon. It's just that I don't think I'm gonna be able to slow... Slow the crocodile enough. Unless... No. Or wait, is this... +1. If I go green to green... No. Oh, wait! Wait, they're waiting. Okay. So, this becomes a 1, 2, 3 gravity slow. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I don't know why I said this was gonna do 4 damage. It's a +1. Or it would be 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Whatever. So this would, yeah, push him back 3, pull him forward 1, and that would be a strike for 2. Is that really worth it? I just feel like I should take that out first. Ugh. Yeah, this isn't as clean as the other ones. Oh, wait a second. Okay, set aside the greed. Like, let's try this boss encounter. He could pull himself forward, right? Yeah. It would be locked to him. So, pull himself forward to there. Actually, okay. Darn it. That's only once per... Did we just save this? Thinking pull... Play by 2. The boss fight would be half over. Trying to optimize here. Yeah, so this is a case of not enough decelerating modules. Yeah. Should we just be happy with shooting and then everything else can kind of come later? Yeah, both of them can hit for 2. Or maybe... Yeah, maybe I don't worry about it at all. It's like trying to line up everything. This becomes a 2 damage blaster shot. Shoot and kill that. And then the kill becomes money. I don't have to think about that placement anymore. Then this becomes... Because I gotta remember, I'm about to be slowed down too. Oh, no. The modules are gonna get slowed. So, okay. So yeah, that, kill, and then when he gets a turn, the best I can do with this is... All of this will set them up to activate at the same time. Interesting. So I can move him back 3. And then... pull Johnson up forwards? I mean, that's not good enough. Or maybe I just shoot. Yeah, so then I'd need them to line up. Like, I'd accelerate the crocodile? I don't have enough. Oh, I could activate with his generator. I could activate both of these at the same time and hit the crocodile. They'd both be here. 2 damage. Huh. It's a little crazy, but I guess. And I have a third one here ready too. Sure. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna have turns like that where, right, you're looking at all these wiring connections to see all the different combinations where you can place them. I mean, it's not exactly a cool thing to put in a trailer, or something, and yet that is where the meat of the game lies, of the perfect turn, of lining everything up, and yeah, testing out your wired connections when you toss things between characters. So, oh man. So he's about to... Oh. So this is a weird thing where... Yeah, would I slow him down? If I slow him down, they line up for... Yeah, another 2 damage. Down to 5. Deal 1 now. Slow him 3. And then he'll be all the way over there. Jeez. He feels bad. I might just ignore this for now. It'll save it for damage. And I could slow down the brother? And then everybody's gonna go at the same turn here. Plus 8. But it does seem like we're not gonna hit the golden loot then. Which is a shame. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have enough weapons. There would be modules later, something like, oh, adds damage, adds 1 damage per instance taken for the next round or something, and that's where you make those big turns. But you don't have the options here, unless, and of course, that's where if you did more fights, I would have had more chances to get a module like that. But such is the way of a little showcasing video for the demo. So unless pull ahead by 2. So yeah, I think that's showing that we're not going to be here by turn 12, which would be when the golden loot ends. But I think... I would have to... Oh, accelerate them both. Dang it. Yeah, if I decelerate the... Well, now I wouldn't want to accelerate. Gosh, this is just a mess. Sure. Ugh. Okay, never mind. So we do get to see. If we do this the next round, yeah, we could end it in golden time. All right, so yeah, Jackson is on top here. So now I slow the gator down. And they're gonna hit the gravity equilibrium. Okay. I mean, that'll just even it out. Geez, I don't really need to accelerate it then. I don't think it's... I'd have to see more of the timeline. I don't know if I could get things to 11 instead of whatever's passed here into the blue-silver. But, yeah, there's only 1 more damage. Down to 5. And then... Darn it. Yeah, I'd have to activate... Okay. I'd have to save the red there. But... yeah. So if I remove this... Right, he's not going to show up on the timeline. I think I just pour more damage into this. Or do I... no, I don't think that's worth it. Just utilizing all my acceleration here, bring him in line again. Now, the problem is he's about to get slowed down even more. Because this is the way I have to use the blade. And this is also... yeah, multiple gravity recoil, which is going to be crippling. So yeah, this is a 1, 2, 3 on this round. Plus 1. So that's 4. Is that... Yeah, I guess that'll... I think that'll do it in time. Okay. Yeah, if I accelerate him again, then I think this works. I think... Oh, no, right. On his turn, he's gonna get plus 4, so this is going to get totally screwed up. So yeah, if I don't do this... It's only... Yeah, 2, 3 damage. And then he's going to still get sent 2 ahead again? Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, if I could have done this within the golden loot. I'm thinking to something like Into the Breach, or something where just about every turn there is a way to do things while not taking damage, right? Until you started making mistakes, then obviously you'll hit a point where you no longer have the characters still alive to deal with the new threats. At that point, you're just cutting your losses, but usually there's a way to get through things without taking damage, or doing things in the best possible way. Maybe I should just shoot gun. Because yeah, if I slow the gator down, then any slow I take on Johnson might not be so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Because he goes first. I just screwed myself. Because I had to... Could I have swapped? I think I could have done this first. Darn it. Well, I've definitely messed it up now. Jeez, now I'm not even attacking. Right. Because, like, the character who manipulates initiative being on top... Shoot! I thought I was so smart in that other encounter with pulling Slopper Johnson forward to hit all of the enemies with his blade, but now I've reversed that. So yeah, now none of that matters. If I do that, he's gonna line up at 11. But there's no point to doing this here, because this is not hitting. I should have... I think that would have done it. Yeah. It would have been this hit plus this. If I just swapped to him first, with him saying they're both ready for action, I think it wouldn't have forced me to use Jackson first. I was just trying to get used to the system. Darn it! I felt so smart. So yeah, this is unfortunate. So now I'm dealing 4. Well, I mean, I'm dealing 1 to get him to 4, and then maybe when everything aligns, the next turn. Oh, interesting. So just by having this wired, it slows me down. Okay. Maybe I leave it like this and accelerate the gator, the crocodile, 2, and then it'll hit the gravity equilibrium, right? Maybe that'll be okay. I need both of these. Yeah, this is not my best work. Okay, All right. So now, double acceleration on the gator. Sadly, yeah, it's not separate. Ugh. All right. And so now let's do this. Right? That's 1 damage. 1, 2, 3. So that is 4, and I'm still in the golden. Right? I just overthought it, right? Wow. And then money. Oh my gosh, that was dumb. Yeah, golden. Cool. So, I mean, still the power of going for offense. And of course, on a longer run, I think just more +1s because it's more damage, and then I can apply that to the turns, accelerating and decelerating. Ugh. But yeah, Jackson's pretty hurt, and he'd probably have to spend some time with maybe he would get the healing from the free energy to get it back up. Sweet 2 health. Ugh. Yep. Campfire, get more loot. And you just kind of keep building this up. Generates energy when a module is destroyed. So yeah, you can get this sort of trash build, recycling build with all these manufactured potions. The other part of this that you need is a grinder or whatever. Some sort of, recycling salvager component, and then you basically toss in all these potions that you make on your off turns, and boom, free energy or get more energy. And then I think there's another one that gives you plasma, maybe? Or no, it's like it generates energy. Something generates 2 energy every time you destroy something. This would generate another energy, and then you would be linking this up to plasma or whatever else, hopefully. Compressor, passive. Modules of type generator on the strap have a 33% chance of generating +1. Huh. And it's locked. You can't move it out. You can only move this outside of combat. Pretty rare, huh? These are the good. Oh no, this is from the camp, right? I already did the this amplifier from the boss loot. Yeah, just more +1s. Still, uncommon. I mean, it's cool. 33 is not very reliable, but yeah, for another +1. So the only problem here is you want the reliability of knowing this is going to be a +2 on whatever. You don't want to suddenly have this be a +3 to a target, and it throws everything off, perhaps. But I guess it is still great damage, and I could use it with acceleration or something. So this would probably be the interesting one. And if I hadn't bought stuff at the store, it would be cool to get more rare or unique modules. And you basically keep going down the crystal caverns. This is the bigger one. Yeah. In the first area, the soundtrack is that I'm already forgetting the that ambient soundtrack. But the Crystal Caverns has this ambience of these echoing booms. Yeah, that kind of like a weird whine or a drone, a bigger drone along with it echoing wave. This got on my nerves when I played, a lengthier session here, all the way to the end. But yeah, I'll just take a peek, but Crystal Caverns, you got your boots, we're heading down. It's impulses of gravity charge that are reflecting off the cave walls in here. I mean, yeah, it's soundtrack but it's sound effects setting the atmosphere. Unfortunately, and thanks to that, this environment provides a constant supply of sustenance for any strange creature that has adapted to living off of it. And so yeah, you start getting these wackier enemies. It's just like deals damage, manipulates gravity charges for turn order, and yeah, if HP's even, it splits into 2 on its turn. And when it does, on defeat, it slows everybody down, and you'll fight multiple of these, you'll fight combinations. There's other... This area has, you know, some weird, like, crystal stuff. It's an interesting game, but again, it's... the mechanics of the wiring, you can see where these get some crazy combos, where, like, I can manipulate to create the biggest combo of... Or wait, oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. So this is just a... Yeah, so these are 2 different +1s, and I can use these... This allows me to repeat the effect, basically. Once per battle, once per battle. And so yeah, these are huge blaster shots. 1, 2, 3 damage. Just end the fight instantly. You see how powerful this is. And multipliers, you know, once I run it into the blade module. So, I mean, there's some interesting combos here, and just this UI, you know, you're usually just hitting menus and a button, saying, like, hit attack, activate skill, and stuff like that, but this sort of interaction between your energy sources and what you're able to output, as well as manipulating initiatives, really made this stand out, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. It's just this soundtrack that's actually just sound effects that is a little off-putting. Oh, well, you can see the menu here that I was talking about. So yeah, the full screen, it does not change it into a window. And listen here. Yep. Drone. So I mean, it is very ambient, and it's a similar criticism I leveled at some of the newer Binding of Isaac games. I think it was like Binding of Isaac Afterbirth or something. After Danny Baranowski stopped being the primary musician for the game, it took on a very different atmosphere, and I had trouble getting into that as well. Let me see, what was it? Oh, Rebirth. I think Afterbirth was a different one. I mean, so yeah, it's just the mechanics are cool. Yeah, all the effects are the combat stuff in the game. And that's the thing, there's ambience. I think there's an extra drone, but no, the actual soundtrack... and all of the stuff during the run. Let me see. We'll hear the booms, right? Yeah, this is how I found out. It's like, what the heck? Where's that? It's like, it goes away. So, I mean, it's a soundtrack that is kind of mixing in the music with what's happening, and it makes it a little difficult to know what to change in the menu until you find out, oh, that is what it is. But yeah, that's Rogue Voltage. Cool wiring system again, and yeah, thanks for spending time with me.